I pulled into my driveway and froze. My stomach dropped faster than my phone battery when I forget to plug it in. That skyline I knew so well. It looked wrong. There was a gap. A massive, gaping hole in the sky where the branches of my 1,000-year-old Great Basin Bristlecone pine used to reach. My heart sank. I ran to the backyard, and there it was, the unthinkable. The tree was gone. Completely gone. The massive trunk lay like a fallen monument across my lawn. Branches strewn everywhere. Sawdust covering the grass like snow after a hurricane. And there she was. Marlene, my HOA neighbor. Standing next to the wreckage, phone in hand, laughing. "Finally, the eyesore is gone," she said to someone on the line, completely oblivious to the historical crime she had just committed. She turned and saw me. Her smug grin didn't even falter. "See, Alex, I told you I'd fix the problem. Your tree was killing the vibe." I wanted to scream. I wanted to tackle her into the mulch. But I didn't. I stayed calm. The last thing I needed was to give her the satisfaction of knowing she rattled me. Instead, I recorded every inch of the destruction. The base, the stump, the scattered branches, and of course Marlene on the phone, giggling like she'd won the lottery. As soon as she drove off, I called my lawyer. And the arborist. And basically every person who could turn a chainsaw massacre into $1 million lawsuit. The arborist confirmed what I already knew in my gut. This wasn't just a tree. It was a living monument. Its age, its heritage designation, its ecological value, all gone because one entitled HOA president decided leaves were a personal attack. My lawyer's grin was terrifying. "Alex, she just committed every HOA nightmare violation in the book. Timber trespass? Check. Intentional destruction of heritage property? Check. Emotional distress? Triple check. This is $1 million disaster for her, and we're just getting started." The first page of my binder revealed the full scope. The appraisal, the heritage designation, the punitive damages, the legal citations. I watched her face go from smug to ghost white. "You owe over $1 million, I said, letting it sink in. Every board member was staring. Some were trying not to laugh, some in utter disbelief. Marlene's ego? Crushed. Her authority? Gone. And the best part? She couldn't touch me or my property legally now. Everything she had done was documented. Marlene didn't just lose control. She imploded. The moment the HOA board realized she had gone rogue, her excuses started flying faster than a bad influencer's apology video. "It was an accident. I was pruning. My 1,000-year-old tree looked like it had been hit by a tornado fueled by pure spite. I let the room simmer on that one. Silence is golden, and Marlene was about to pay in full. I started laying out the numbers. Heritage designation? Check. Replacement cost? Impossible. Punitive damages? Oh, you better believe it. Every eye in the room was glued to me, because honestly, who expects HOA drama to reach cinematic proportions? My lawyer, sitting beside me like a shark smelling blood, nodded at every point. The board's faces ranged from horror to barely contained glee. Marlene tried to interject, stammering, waving her HOA handbook like it was a magic spell. I didn't know," she squeaked. Did she not realize she had cameras, witnesses, and legal experts documenting her every move? Rookie mistake. My secret weapon? The motion-activated security footage showing her chainsaw frenzy, filmed in HD. The room gasped as I played it on the projector. Cue the punchline. She tripped over her own hose while yelling about neighborhood safety. Then came the crunch. The treasurer spoke up. "Marlene, you acted on your own. The HOA cannot cover this. You're personally liable." Bam. Every board member nodded, confirming it. She went pale, fumbling for words that didn't exist. I let her sweat for a full 10 seconds, which in legal time is basically eternity. I leaned in, calm as a Zen master. "You owe over $1 million for your little act of pruning. Until it's paid, there's a lien on your property, your car, even that pristine pool you love so much. Technically, it's mine now." She went full cartoon. Hands to face, mouth wide, eyes bulging like she'd seen a ghost. I swear the guy behind me whispered, "Oh snap, Marlene bolted out mid-meeting, muttering revenge plots, tripping over the very sprinklers she mocked last week. And the best part? Karma is hilarious. She looked like a viral fail reel come to life. Meanwhile, I walked out like a hero in slow motion, binder in hand, saplings ready to be planted. Over the next few weeks, I turned my backyard into a sanctuary. 10 new bristlecone saplings, perfectly spaced, ready to live out the next 1,000 years. Every time I watered them, I felt like I was slowly rewriting history. And word spread. Neighbors came by, shook my hand, offered congratulations. Even the HOA started asking for advice on how to avoid a personal lawsuit. Sweet irony. But the real kicker? Marlene tried to challenge the lien in court. Big mistake. Every witness, every camera angle, every arborist report was ready. The judge didn't just rule against her. He made it painfully clear that being an HOA president doesn't make you a tree assassin. She left the courtroom red-faced, broke, and humiliated. And honestly, I'd never seen someone so thoroughly undone by their own arrogance. Court day arrived, and I felt like I was walking into a live episode of a true crime HOA special. Marlene showed up like she owned the place, heels clicking, makeup perfect, hair defying physics. She probably thought she could sweet-talk her way out. Spoiler alert. Nope. Not today, Karen. The judge looked like he'd seen it all, and judging by his expression, he had. My lawyer kicked things off, calmly laying out the evidence. The security footage, the arborist reports, the heritage designation, and the emotional distress statements. Every punchline landed like a brick. Accidental pruning? He said, raising an eyebrow. That's like calling a hurricane a light breeze. The courtroom snickered. Marlene's smile wavered. Then came the valuation breakdown. My 1,000-year-old tree, impossible to replace. The cost of the stump, cleanup and punitive damages? Over $1 million. Every time my lawyer emphasized a number, Marlene's face lost more color. The judge leaned back, clearly enjoying the chaos. Ms. Marlene, he said slowly, it appears you have learned nothing from this ordeal except how fast bad decisions multiply. Mic drop moment right there in the courtroom. Marlene tried to argue technicalities, citing HOA bylaws, neighborhood aesthetics, and some nonsense about pool cleanliness. My lawyer politely dismantled each point like a master bricklayer taking apart a faulty wall. By the time he was done, Marlene had officially run out of excuses, out of dignity, and probably out of brain cells. Then came the final blow. The judge signed the judgment. Marlene was personally liable for the full amount. Bankruptcy proceedings were immediately initiated. The lien on her house, car, and yes, even the pool went into effect. I swear I heard a faint catching in my head. She tried to protest, but there was no way out. History had her cornered.